And kind of an interesting topic here for you. Tom Cruise is getting $200 million to go to space. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
All right, now, of course, that's not the whole story. There's actually more to it. They're giving him $200 million to shoot the whole movie. But I'll get into the entire story in a minute. But first, let me just give you a quick reminder that any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram and at @SuperDarioPeriodWorld. Oh, damn it, it's not Period World anymore. It's Super Dario World. And also follow my Facebook page. I update everything there at Super Dario World. And I'm doing live streams now. Live streams for pretty much every podcast on Twitch and on YouTube at Super Dario World. I will eventually pick one or the other. I'm not sure yet. But if you want to join me live, ask questions and stuff like that, that would be the easiest way for you to find me. So yeah, I'm also going to be doing some with my brother. My kid brother's going to join me every once in a while. We're aiming for Tuesdays, Thursdays. Doesn't always work out. So we'll figure out a schedule eventually before we set it in stone. But I mean, if you're joining me, thank you for joining me. Let's get into the story because I kind of have to get out of here. So here's the headline: Universal will spend $200 million to shoot Tom Cruise into space. Now, that's not exactly as fun as it sounds, and I do get it. It's crazy. It's a crazy idea. Spending $200 million on a movie just to make history. The whole gist of the thing, the whole gist of it is Tom Cruise wants to make history, right? He wants to be the first. He wants to have the first movie ever to be shot completely or not completely, but to be shot in space. And so they collaborated with Elon Musk, and Elon Musk, as you know, is the owner of SpaceX, and SpaceX is like, we're 100% in on this project, whatever it is. And so Tom Cruise and his producers and the director were like, all right, well, we need to get funding for this. And now Universal is backing the project. They're like, all right, we want to be a part of it. And I know it sounds crazy. It sounds like you're going to spend $200 million just to do something this crazy. The movie doesn't even have a script yet. So it's nuts. No matter any way you want to look at it, it's nuts. However, it's actually a pretty genius idea. It doesn't matter, honestly, if the movie sucks at all. It doesn't matter if they make those $200 million back at the box office. They can make those $200 million back in other ways. Everybody and their mother is going to want to see the moment that the ship that has Tom Cruise going off into space is taking off. So that's eyeballs right there. So you can get TV money right there. If they record, now, this is free advice out there for all the producers of the movie. Free money. Free idea. You're welcome. Record absolutely everything that has to do with this movie. All right? Record everything. Record Tom Cruise training to be an astronaut. Record the crew, because I'm assuming, listen, if I learned something from Armageddon, is that it's easier to train a grip to be an astronaut than it is to train an astronaut to be a grip. I'm just putting it out there. Also, there's some people that you can't really replace. Like, I'm sure an astronaut, as good of an astronaut as they are, they'll never be as talented, let's say, as the director of photography for that specific thing. Also, those people don't always are like the most athletic or whatever. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Like, just seeing the crew try to get ready, the most essential crew, which I'm guessing you have to have the director up there. You have to have a director of photography. You have to have a cameraman. I guess you can train an astronaut to be a cameraman. You have to have the sound guy, but is there sound in space? Like outside, not really. But you want to make sure that things are going well in there. I guess you could train an astronaut for that. There's a lot of stuff that you need. Like the makeup people, I guess you can also train an astronaut. Costumes, maybe also. But I would rather have, like the pros, like the actual pros. So it's going to be pretty interesting just to see those people go through the process of getting ready to go to space. I would pay money just to see that footage. Also the footage of, Tom Cruise in the rocket ship as it goes up. the behind the scenes stuff. Where it's like, oh, what the hell are you doing while you're in space? You're not just shooting. All that stuff would be fascinating. It would be, to me, it would be must-watch television or a documentary or whatever. So they can make a ton of money out of this, just of everything, every single thing that's around it. Like, seriously, watching that spaceship go up is one of the things that I most want to see in my life, because there's always the possibility of things going wrong. You know, like that teacher that was sent into space and the spaceship blew up. Well, you know what? Knock on wood, because I don't want that to happen to Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is a complete and total crazy person, but a very talented actor. In his regular day, in his normal life, I don't really care much for him, but I like him. I like his movies. Dude generally picks good roles. So the weird thing here is that the movie doesn't have a script. Basically, it sounds like, hey, I want to go to space, and it sounds like a lot of people are like, that sounds like a good idea. Let's back it up. And so this project is a go. The only issue here is that Tom Cruise is kind of already committed to doing 2 more Mission Impossible movies. So I guess that they have to record those beforehand, and then he goes into space. I'm just assuming that the other studios are like, hey, can I like finish our thing first before you go into space and maybe you die. But I guess we can read the story here. The thing that I cared the most about, honestly, is who the hell is going to be directing this thing. Because to me, the director has to go up there. And the director is Doug Liman. For those of you who don't know who Doug Liman is, let me just look up his IMDb here real quick. He directed Edge of Tomorrow, so he's worked with Tom Cruise before. And this is what he looks like, all right? This is not a dude who looks to be in bad shape, but he doesn't look to be that young either. Next to Tom Cruise, nobody really looks young, but he doesn't look to be, let's say, athletic. He doesn't look out of shape. Oh, there you go. That's him with the camera and stuff. So he looks like a normal dude, right? He looks exactly what you would expect a director to look like. This dude is gonna have to get ready to go to space, or I'm guessing they're gonna either plan on a way that he doesn't have to go. But this guy right here, a normal looking dude who kind of looks to be on the older side, is going to have to go to space for a movie. I would pay to see the training that he has to go through, all that. You know the thing in this is Tom Cruise doing some stunts, but all the training that they show you in Armageddon, the underwater stuff. Imagine having to see a whole bunch of artsy fartsy dudes having to go through all that. It'd be great. It'd be hysterical. And then Tom Cruise just running circles around everybody like, ha, I'm Tom Cruise. I'm still in shape, you assholes. So I would love that. Honestly, to me, that's what I'm hoping for. More than the movie. I don't even care what the movie's about. I only care that it's happening. I don't understand people's needs sometimes, to make history or have like really weird records. Like, I understand making history. History is important, but some people like have this weird desire to hold records. Like there was a record that Emily kind of broke, but it's not official. Emily from the morning show that I work for, that how many lollipops you can hold in your hands. The thing is that she has giant hands, and so it's one of those records that you're like, really? Somebody actually cared about making that a thing? Apparently people do. And so this thing, it would be historic. I'll give it to you that. The first movie ever to be shot in space. And it's a massive collaboration. I'm guessing it would be the start of SpaceX's, I guess it would be like, what do you call it? It's not a maiden voyage, because SpaceX wants to do like space tourism at one point, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm guessing it could be like a trial run for that. Let's see, like, we have a massive celebrity up in space. Let's see how it will work out. Let's test it out and let's shoot a movie. It's very crazy on many ways you think about it, because it's not just getting that guy up there. Like I said, you have to have crew. You have to have equipment. Plus, you have to have all the stuff that you need up there in space. Where are they gonna shoot? The International Space Station? And I'm assuming that Tom Cruise is not just gonna want to be out there floating inside of a safe ship. I'm assuming that psychopath wants to go outside of the ship, do like what it's called, a spacewalk or something. I'm assuming that's what he wants to do. Is once you're up there, you're up there. I would like. It's something you have to do. Like if I were up there and I have the opportunity to do it, I would do it. So if I'm not as crazy as that guy is, I'm assuming he's gonna do it. And just the dude's known for crazy stunts. Like right here, you can. Well, that's a I'm not even sure where that movie's from. I think it's Mission Impossible. But here you can see like he doesn't give a fuck. He's just a crazy person who likes doing all his own crazy stunts, and he's excited about it. Like most people would be freaked out about, hey, I'm hanging off from a helicopter. I'm hanging on from a plane. Oh, I'm just climbing the tallest building in the world. This dude gets excited about stuff like that. Now he's going into space. So it's not just a thing about getting to space. It's what the hell is he going to do up there? And again, the script is not even written. So I'm assuming that he's going to be a big part of the writing process, and he's going to try to add a whole bunch of crazy shit that he can do up there. Because while they're writing this thing, they will be probably talking with the SpaceX people and be like, hey, can we do this? No, can we do that? How about this? Let's try that. They will be trying to push pretty much whatever they can do. And Elon Musk sounds also kind of like a crazy dude who also wants to make history. So I can totally picture him being like, let's try it. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Just sign this thing here that says that I'm not liable, and sure, it's space. It happens. The thing that shocks me is that studios would actually take this risk. Like, it's a big risk to take. So I'm assuming that they're expecting to make a whole lot of money out of it in the back end. That's the only reason for it. It's the only thing that makes sense to me at all. But I don't know. I'm excited. Like I think that this could be a fun movie to watch. Like I said, I think it's going to be an interesting experiment for filmmaking. Do I think that's going to be what's going to happen in the future for the industry? Hell no. I don't see why anybody would choose to go out in space and maybe die instead of using a green screen. And also studios would be like, that's way cheaper. But there's crazy people out there who want to do crazy things and make history, and honestly, good for them. But once he does it, I don't think it's going to be fun anymore. It's like, somebody already did it. The next frontier, I'm guessing, is going to be Mars or maybe the moon. But yeah, it's one of those crazy things that it's like, it sounds so stupid. It sounds so ridiculous. It sounds insane, like legitimately insane. But I'm also very excited, not just to see the movie, but to see everything around it. Seriously, if they do not plan on showing absolutely everything that has to do with this movie, they're idiots. It's like, Universal, you're a bunch of idiots if you don't do that. In fact, you know what? I volunteer to go there and record. I would die to be a part of it. Well, knock on wood. But I would love to be a part of this. It sounds so much fun. It sounds so stupid. It sounds so crazy. You know what? I'll leave it there. It's just an exciting thing, and I'm an excitable person. So hopefully it happens. Hopefully everything goes well, and hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. Because, like I said, he has to still do. He has to do the sequel to Edge of Tomorrow, which I'm excited about. He has to do the sequel to he has to do two sequels to Mission Impossible, and then this. Dude sounds kind of booked, but dude, it'd be so much fun. Imagine being out there in space, recording. I'm very curious to see what the hell he does. Like, I'm very curious to see what stunt you can do in space. Because getting to space, all right, been there, done that. This is the crazy person who pushes the envelope. What the hell is he going to do out there? No idea, but I'm very excited to see. But that's it for today. I got to get out of here. As always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram and at Super Dario World. Also, I'm doing live streams now, every single podcast. Hours vary, so just keep an eye out. Subscribe for my channel, I guess, on Twitch and YouTube at Super Dario World. Also, follow my Facebook page. I update everything there. As always, thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next time.